Hello, my name is Zizaran, and I'm going to go over the 4 Ascendancy changes that we've seen so far, and then a notable in the tree, and we're going to talk a little bit about it. So, first off, we're going to start with Slayer, which has been changed quite a lot. The changes are in green, and anything that's red is what's been removed. So, getting more attack damage. This is actually like straight up just really nice, because the old one was just stun threshold, and now it's crit and damage. I like it. Right, let's look at Overwhelm. Base critical strike chance for attacks with weapons is 8%. Base critical... So does that... And you can't go over that. It just sets it to 8%. So even if you have a really low base crit, or really... 8% base disfavor. That sounds crazy. But it still works with increased crit strikes then. That's crazy. Interesting. That's crazy good. 10% crit multi per nearby enemy up to 100. Nearby enemies have 30 minus crit multi. That's nice. This is crazy for so many things, not just melee. This is like crazy for ranged. Ranged ones, bows, everything. What did it got removed? 100% stun duration. 20% chance to double stun duration. Cannot be stunned. Ooh. Do we have cannot be stunned anywhere else? We'll look at that later. Oh yeah, you're right. Ones have very high base crit. Your damaging hits always stun enemies that are full on life. Right, okay. And then 4% less damage, but it's not specific to two-hand weapons anymore. So Slayer will be more usable with anything instead of just two-handers. Headsman is now 20% more damage against unique enemies. And still cannot take reflected damage, but no more damage if you killed recently. So that's just for boss killing. Where's Headsman? Headsman's there. Okay. Bane of Legends. No longer is culling. Oh, you're right. It's still 10% more. It's just not... I don't know. I'm just so used to thinking like red is completely removed, but you're right. It's 10% instead of 20 now. That's really good then. And like killing trash is like pretty easy anyway. Right. So, oh, it's still cool. Still cool, and new is gain 20% attack speed for 20 seconds when you kill a rare or unique enemy. Gain 20% movement speed when you kill it. Wow. So it's basically free onslaught. But you can still get onslaught. So it stacks with onslaught. Is that worded correctly? Sometimes I wonder, stream. Sometimes I wonder. That's beautiful. I like that. Can I be stunned while leeching? Okay, nice. And that's there. Overkill damage leeches life. You're immune to bleeding while leeching. We're still immune to stun. That's nice. Brittle Fervor. 15%. Increased attack speed while leeching. And we're always leeching. As long as we have that. Can I take both? Oh, I wonder what I'm going to take now. I don't know if I'm going to be Slayer or Gladiator yet. Slayer looks nice though. 50% increased attack damage while leeching. 6% reduced damage taken while leeching. Oh, the reduced is nice. Right, okay, let's look at the new ones. Impact. 50% increased global accuracy. +2 range. Hello? Wow. +2 range. 5% ink AoE per enemy killed up to 50%. Deals up to 15% more melee damage to enemies based on proximity. Huh? Wait, what? But is it... Do you want them to be further or closer? You think the closer... Closer, right? Has to be closer. Reverse point blank, yeah. Yeah, that ain't clear? Yeah, but it's probably closer. More proximal, more damage. Increased duration of the charges. No power charge, wow. Masterful form, completely new node. 50% increased endurance charge duration. Your maximum endurance charges is equal to your maximum frenzy charges. That's crazy. If you stack Frenzy. That's insane. Holy shit. So I can actually, like, where can we get Frenzy charges now? So you get 3, 4, 5, 6 Frenzy charges. Pretty easy, right? At least. And then we can get 7 on an easy corruption. So you can get 8 endurance. Wow, that's crazy. Dark Ray Vectors? Yeah. But Dark Ray Vectors is no life. You still need a way to generate endurance charges though? So? This is crazy good. Because it's easy to generate frenzy charges. +1 to minimum frenzy charges is also +1. No, it's not. If you always, no, it doesn't work like that. It says your maximum. It doesn't say anything about your minimum. And you can just get a Warlord's Mark Curse Ring, or just spam it and cry. Yeah, Blood Rage for frenzy charges, but that doesn't give you endurance charges. That's not how it works. Anyway, this is like crazy strong, especially for hardcore. I was gonna go Gladiator, and we'll look at Gladiator a little bit later. I still might go Gladiator. Like, Slayer seems really strong, but for like clearing, Gladiator's still really nice. But like, Slayer's so nice. I really like that. Like, this is... What would I go then for hardcore? I would take Impact of Masterful Form. I mean... I don't think I can take the Leech Nodes. But I don't know if I would be crit. Well, actually, it's pretty easy to go crit. So I probably take 2... So I take 12, 14, 2, and 6. No, I can't take 6. Oh, no. Okay, no, I take 12, 14, and 6. And then I probably don't go crit. I probably go RT. Eight base crit Varanastra. This is Varanastra. That lovely, like, no attack speed. Yeah. I would probably go 12, 14, 6. Like, 6 is insane. 14 is shitting in bosses? Yes. I'm not doing boss killer. Don't go 14. I see the softcore players are out in mass. I want to live. 14's crazy. He lacks critical information. 8 is stun immune though. It's fine, we're probably still stun immune. Right, yeah, I don't need RT, you're right. Maybe Zima. 14's huge. Nothing wrong with being a softcore player. No, there's nothing wrong with wanting endurance charges either. I have nipples. 14's basically +5 endurance charges. Yeah, it's crazy for hardcore. Anyway, let's look at Berserker. I haven't seen that yet. I really like Slayer. It's definitely a good choice for next thing. I still don't know how this is gonna help us compete against spells though. How do you generate all these charges? Warlord's Mark. Frenzy charges is Blood Rage. Very, very easy. Anyway, let's look at this. I'm expecting a lot here. Right, okay. They're like going really hard on crit on melee. Flawless Savagery. Completely rewritten road. This is the old Cloaked in Savagery. 80% increased critical strike chance for attacks. 20 to 30 fist damage to attacks if you've dealt a crit strike recently. 30% crit multi. Wow. That's nice. That's crazy. 20 to 35 is crazy. Yo, I would love doing a Facebreaker build. Dude, can you imagine doing a Facebreaker Abyssus build with Berserker? That's awesome. Right, Blitz. What's Blitz? 2% more attack speed per Blitz charge. 10% reduced critical strike chance per Blitz charge. Gate a blitz charge on critical strike. 20 blitz charges. 40% more attack speed? Is that a typo? The softcore chat glass cannon. Wow. Who needs crit? Who needs it? Or you can just get that much crit, I guess. Wow, that's crazy. Hey. Right. Okay, that's insane. Okay, let's look at Warbringer. So it still has the Warcry stuff for cover. If you've Warcried recently, you and nearby enemies have 10% increased attack speed. You and nearby allies deal 30% increased damage. Wow. That's a nice buff. Oof. I like that. Like, it actually feels really good, the cooldown recovery speed. Interesting. Right. Pain Raver. Still has the leech life and mana. Still just attack damage. 25% increased attack speed if you've been hit recently. 50% increased maximum total recovery per second from life leech if you've taken a savage hit recently. Ugh, savage hit though. Meh. Prey of the Slaughter. Oh, and it's not if killed recently anymore. Alright, that makes sense. Prey of the Slaughter. Gain 1 rage on hit with attacks. No more than once every 0.3 seconds. 1% chance to deal double damage per 4 rage. How many rage can we have? Oh, 50. Wow. Wow. It's like 12%, right? 12.5. Awesome. Rite of Ruin. Lose 0.1% of maximum life per second per rage. You're not losing rage. Is that 50 rage? You're losing 10% of max life per second? Whoa! Oh yeah, 5%. Effects granted for having rage are tripled? Wait, what? That one doesn't work on the double damage though, right? Wait, so how much attack speed is that? 1% per 2 rage. So 25. 75 attack speed? How much movement speed are we getting? 30% movement speed? Dude, Rite of Ruin is bonkers. Wow. That's crazy. Yo, that sounds super fun. I don't think I'd push ladder on that though. Like I really want to push ladder on melee, this thing. But that's bonkers. I don't think you lose more life. I think it's still just 5%. It's hard to say. It's like stunning me too though. Yeah, Blitz seems hard to keep up. Crave the Slaughter, Rite of Ruin. And Blitz? I don't know. It is hard. It's Tripanon? Yeah, but then you're using Tripanon. Then you have to do like cast on crit or something. 5 seconds, Vash. It's interesting. I think we're gonna see a lot of fun Berserker builds. That's really exciting. I don't think I'm gonna go Berserker though. I'm still... I don't know. When you scale the rapidly, it consumes your rage. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think the difference in PoE Ninja is going to be fun to look at with Berserkers and softcore versus hardcore. Yeah, you can do some crazy glass cannons. But that's crazy. That's really fun. Okay. We're gonna... that's really fun. I'm still leaning towards Gladiator. Either Gladiator or Slayer still. Yeah, it's still usable on hardcore. It's just scary for ladder pushing and going that fast. Okay, so for those of you who haven't seen Gladiator, not much has changed. More attack speed, more movement speed. Arena Challenger, 2% more attack and movement speed per Challenger charge. 2% chance to gain a Challenger charge when you hit a rare or unique enemy while in Blood Stance. And you gain a Challenger charge when you kill an enemy in Sound Stance. You know, 10 charges. It's 20% more attack and movement speed. So that is actually pretty big. And the reason why Gladiator is so strong. That's like the only change as well. Like, it's got more attack speed. But gratuitous violence. Huh? It should be 25%, not 2%. Oh, that makes more sense. 25. Right, okay, that makes more sense. But still, it's just gratuitous violence is so strong with the bleed explosion. So I think it's gonna be really hard to get like a crazy amount of clear speed without something like explosions. And I think finding hemophilia for a Slayer would be really hard. And I could always respec, right? Like they're all duelists, right? So if I say I do Gladiator for League start, right? Then I have the like early clear speed of gratuitous violence. And then say I find a hemophilia or something, then I can go like, you know what? I really want to go Slayer. Because that'll help a lot. No, it does. Does, Jason. Okay, and we're going to look at Chieftan as well. Chieftan has 0.5 max life regenerated per endurance charge, 3% more damage per endurance charge, lost recently, up to 15%, and +1 max endurance charge. I think it's a little lame that it's capped at up to 15%, because if you're investing into endurance charges, I think that's a nice thing anyway. Chargers is something that it's cool to encourage players to invest in. So I don't know. The fact that it's like max 5, I think that's like max 5 that counts for the damage is a bit I'm not a big fan of that. It's also when lost recently, so this is like very heavily focused on like Tectonic Slam. Yeah, I don't get why they capped it. Discharge? Yeah, okay, sure, discharge. But it's very heavily, like the entire Ascendancy is very heavily pointed at Tectonic. Anyway, we're gonna look at the rest. Gain endurance charge when you use a fire skill. Physical damage per endurance charge, and it's 5% phys and fire damage per endurance charge. This is not capped, so that's nice even at 10. Tukahama's War Herald, 1% damage speed moved from Hinakora's Fury that your totems can leech for you. 50% increased buff granted by your ancestral totems. Increased activation range, that's really nice. And 25% ink AoE while you have a totem. That's nice too. And then you lost the reflect stuff. So that's one build completely gone. I'm surprised they did that because that was a pretty cool build. I think Pox was playing that, right? And then Tasalio's Cleansing Water. 100 Fire Rest, 2% life regen, 10% fist damage taken as fire. That means you're always taking fire damage as long as the monster's hitting you. And 50% increased life recovery if you've taken fire damage from an enemy hit. So that just means you need to get hit. And you can't get ignited. So that's really nice too. Totems are immune to fire damage. And the same as before with the 8% less damage. And that they take more physical and fire damage. That's a more multiplier because it's take, as long as that's the only thing they have. So it's similar to the Inquisitor one. No, you can still be ignited. Right. Okay, you just don't take damage from it. You're right. You can still be ignited. That's correct. Which is nice. That opens up a lot of like the Phoenix Amulet builds and stuff like that. Because it's... You can still get the debuff. 25% chance to ignite. 15% more burning damage. And damage penetrates. 15% fire resistance. That's decent. And of course, Death Fury. 1% of fire damage to leech his life. Remember, you can't leech with degens, so it doesn't work for RF. 20% chance to cover rare or unique enemies in Ash and Ass for 10 seconds on hit, and 10% increased strength. Just 20%. And Namahu's Flame Advance. 50% conversion to fire damage from Fizz. Every 10 seconds, gain 100% of physical damage as extra fire for 4 seconds. I hate these like rotating buffs. I've never been a big fan of them. Do you think RF Chieftain would be viable with this? No. There's still no reason to go RF on Chieftain over Juggernaut. It's very interesting that you can take both here. I think I'm still the least excited. Still the least excited about Chieftain, I think. I think Berserker is really cool. There's still going to be some fun Chieftain builds, so I do see that. Like, I really want to do something like a VMS, CWT, like Cast No Mistake Involved Molten Shell build. I do have some like interesting ideas for Chieftain builds, but they're like pretty far on the back burner. Like for a lot of builds, like a lot of people are like, ooh, insane regen, but like Juggernaut's still better for most things. So yeah, I'm very much the least excited for Chieftain. I think Gladiator looks super fucking cool. I'm probably thinking Gladiator as my league starter. Oh, right side, that makes sense. Yeah, you're right. Gladiator looks really good. Not much has changed, but Gladiator was already really strong. So just mostly for the bleed explosion. Slayer is huge, but I think will be... Yeah. I think I would need... I want bleed explosions, but I can respec. I'll probably... Most likely what I'll end up doing is I will do Gladiator and then respec into Slayer later when I have more stuff. But I think Gladiator for day 1 to 3 sounds really solid. Especially because endgame Slayer with Masterful Form, although it's hard to get SSF though. Just take Hemophilia, that's what I'm saying. If I find a Hemophilia, like I'm going to be SSF. So... You have the exact same plan as me. Once I have Bleed Explosion Gloves, I'll go Slayer. Yeah, that's my plan too. Because Gladiator seems like so strong for the first 3 days. And then I go Cyclone. I'll be SSF for the first 100 push and then go Trade League. I don't want to play SSF long. We're also going to take a look at the Raider changes. Oh. Oh, okay. The only other changes is Wicked Ward. So this is an indication that either Occultist is going to be what the fuck barbecue, oh my god, OP, or that Occultist has been like destroyed because Wicked Ward is on the skill tree now. So it's very yeah, interesting. It's interesting. I don't know what they're gonna do. What are they doing? Trickster even more OP now? We just don't know what they're doing. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys like a quick sum up of the changes. I hadn't seen Berserker and Slayer before doing this video. I had seen Glad and Chieftain. But yeah, we'll do a new video when there's more as well. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Thanks for watching. Try to die less than I do.